with 60, but none of these will equal 60 if they're multiplied by 3, right? Yeah, definitely not. Ooh, there's some 8s here. So 16. 16. 32. 24, I mean. That's 40. Oh, shoot. I really thought that was gonna work. It's 61. $42. 22. 64, which means we have 36 left. 36. 36. Has to be red. 36. Don't have it. Got 10 short. We'll be able to do this, I promise. I can figure this out. I'm nearly there, I can swear. I can taste it. Is this a 9 or a 6? That's 100. 27. It's a 9. So if I did 27, 60. That's red, it's not right. 27. 55. 33. 12 short. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, did it crash? Oh no, did stream die? How long was stream gone? A minute? Oh no, how long was it gone? It didn't crash. My PC kept going. About 20 seconds? Okay, so you didn't miss much. I'm just doing dart math. I've heard of Dartmouth. Now get ready for dart math. That was stupid, but I liked it. I think the 13 is gonna be the key. 82. About a minute? Alright, not that bad. We're gonna start with this 39 because it gets really close, which means we need 61 for the blue and the red. This can give us 21, which means I need to be able to get 40. That gives us 28. That gives us 22. 18. 67, we need 23 left. No, we need 33. Did it. That's one puzzle. Do you really think you'd be able to stand the dart for a whole 2 meters and 37 centimeters away from the dartboard, though? I'm a fair man. My high school voted me most likely to be a judge, you know? Okay, okay. It's great all, but look. See the display case? Yay! The AV card. I can get the green memory card. Sound like you're in a heist movie. Should I have worn a catsuit? Ugh, I think it threw up a little. Besides, everybody in heist movie wears sweatsuits. This one goes in here. Alright. Now... have I found all of the... I know what I'm supposed to do for it. I just erased my memo for it a while back. Let me see if I can find it. No, that's a dice game. It's a different dice game. Hydroponics, calendars, golem, billiards, darts, bartenders, colorful notes. Star key, moon key, poster in the elevator. Big monitor heads. Frequency list. Calendar note, nutritional balance, staff nutritional card, the PEC, DNA extraction, door puzzle, note about IG, a mystery schematic, this thing, bookmark. Oh, that was one of them. Report? Yes! Here we go, we still have the notes. Okay. The clues from the dart room? I did not use the clues that I had before. This'll work. Red, red. So the red is here. I should have, but I knew what they were. Green is here and here. Oh, there needs to be another line. Which means blue goes here, number 1, number 6. Okay. Foods from old rooms shouldn't apply to this room. Oh, not for the instruction? From the solution? Ooh, that means there's probably instructions I haven't found. Okay. I found this thing. I found this thing. Which means it must be on this wall. Maybe I'm wrong. I got this thing up. And I've got the dice up. I think. No, I definitely got everything on this wall. Maybe I'm missing something on this wall? I've got these 6 occupied. And these over here occupied. Yeah. Am I missing a hint? Or am I just not getting it? Missing 1 key card, which is in here. The direction of each side of each dice must match a specific pattern. Choose which dice you'd like to move. It must match a specific... Maybe I'm just supposed to get them all in a row? 2... Like, if I just get them all in a row? That's my next thought. There we go. And then 6 needs to wind up there. That's true, but the old solution will take me a few minutes. This will take me much less time. So that's not it. At least not in that order. So the old solution was... Oh, wait. It must be 2. 2. Maybe if I go around this way? No, it's on the other side. You know what? Let's see. 3. This one needs to be 4. Which means 5 is just short, so instead I'll put that one as 5. This one will be 2. And then this one just needs to go on the top as 6. So it's not the old solution. Am I supposed to find the... I need more information. That's what they're telling me. These 6 have already been taken care of, and these over here. It's not just clicking these 2 either. You know? Haha! I found books. They say dice. There's nothing written here. I mean, all the pages are blank. Yeah, I see. There's nothing here. No, swim links too. Something wrong? Something in that one? No, the pages are blank. It's just... Well, there's some pictures put between the pages back here. 3 of them. Yay! Thank you. Alright, we found the hint. The blue dice need to be here. 1 on top, 3 on the side. 2 here. This one needs to be over here. 5, 1, 4. The green dice need to be here. 4, 6, 2. Which means it needs to be right in front of it, and then back here, 3, 1, 2, space in the just to indicate what that is. Draw the rest of the block. It's really bad, but that's okay. And then, okay, so in between those 2, so if I connect the lines, it should be clear what I'm doing. 4, a 1 here. Two. And then this one is on top of these 2, so I'll draw it solid. 6, 3, 2. This is gonna be hard to look at. I'm just gonna start rolling. Like that, but a little lower. There we go, that'll work. And then we need 5 with 6 on one side and 3 on the 2 on the other. So no, wait, must be 3, right? Yeah, has to be, unless that. No, it has to be 3. I must have written it wrong. That's exactly what I need. It just needs to be there. Okay, let's try this one. Please. Please. It's the block puzzle again, I fear. We're back there again. It needs to be like this. Exactly like that. Just this spot. Oh yeah, they do. There we go. That's it. I used my hand to do this the whole time last time. I was trying to click the memo button. That really, that one hurt. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. I don't know if I need to put it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if I need to put it in the exact same spot. I'll just do it as if I don't. 5, 6, 2. Is that a 3 on top though? It is a 3 on top. I was doing it wrong anyways. I'm gonna try to do this. Almost. 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 Nearly there. It broke my heart. I wanted to cry. I'll just put it there. It's fine. It just has to be in the same pattern, I think. Okay, 3 on top. People always say that my 3s look just like my other numbers, and that's, I get it now. 6 on top, 4 and 2. There's 4 and 2. Is that right? No, it's backwards. Ooh, that's right. But every time I rotate, it changes. Let's try the other one. There we go. 5, 1, 4. I guess we should, that goes on top, right? Yeah. Have it right there. I can see it. It's clear as day what needs to happen. As soon as I can get it in place. I might have chosen the wrong ones to do the things. Like that? Exactly. Oh, Bloxors, you really got me there. Bloxors. Oh wait, that was right. Let me triple check. Yes. Now we need 4, 2, 1. Right next to it. 4 on top, just like that. Four needs to be on top. Perfect. And then this one just needs to go at the very end. 2, 1, 3. 2 on top, 3 on one side. Okay. Exactly what needs to happen. 2 on top, just like that. 2 on top. Now I just need to flip it. That's exactly what I need now. Just get it in place. Is it 2 on top? Yeah, 2 on top like that. These are no longer looking like normal dice to me anymore. I might have blocked myself from being able to do this just by the way that I've just assembled it. I'm gonna move this exactly 1 to the left. So I can just move it back into place whenever I need it. Ooh. Okay. Yes! This is supposed to be 1 to the left. Okay. 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 I'll put it in the right spot this time. What do I need to do? 1, 2, 3. Like that. And then over 5. There it is. Exactly. Okay. Okay. I can do this. 3, 2, 6. This is the wrong one. Tell me why it gets distinct like this. Tell me why I can't get this in the right place. 3, 6 on one side, 2 on the other. It's underneath. It's on the side. It's up top. This is like right it's supposed to be. Okay, go move this one to the right. Okay. The green one needs to be 6, 4, 2. This isn't the most interesting verbally puzzle for me to do. I just need to just focus, you know? 6, 2, and 4. Maybe the next rotation that it lands there? 2 and 4? No, not really. That's a shame. That's the exact rotation I mean. Dang it. Maybe it's the other one. Yeah, that's right. There, so... There it is. I can move this back into place. Hello, welcome back. We're doing basically the blocks again. 4, 1, 2. That's exactly what I need to do, but just right here. 4 needs to show up on the box every time. There it goes. And then finally, 2, 1, 3. 2's on top. I need to rotate it. Okay, it'll happen. I just need to wait. Oh god, I did it. Okay. Yay. Guys, we did it. Got it. If only the tops mattered this whole time. 4, 5, or 6, I lose. Here we go. Alright. Now we have our AB game. A pair and a solo aligned vertically against versus, and then will face off against one another in the AB game. You can still move icons even after you've placed them. Once an opponent has been selected, the game will begin. Choose the vote for the us pair, either ally or betray. The results of your match will be displayed along with the results of the other teams. If the correct number of people match the target VP after playing 3 rounds, the game will be completed. Okay. 3 people will definitely choose ally. 3 people will definitely choose betray. 1 is a serious mirror man that does whatever his opponent does. 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 12. Huh? Strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. We must be the only ones to surpass 9. Okay. We will ally. Okay, C allied. If we get C again... Okay. Oh, no, shoot. Okay. If C always allies, only us should get it. Ah, this is the Mirror Man. C equals mirror. A is a betrayer. B is ally, I think. Pretty sure. So, like... Oh, we need to... if we both both betray, we get 0 points. Right. E is always a betrayal, I think. E is betray. And D would be the last ally person. Yeah? So, if we break this up, B and D are allies. So I can erase B and D. E and A are traitors. And then C, of course, is the Mirror Man. Okay. It's fine. We can do this now. Now, if I look at my memo, I want specifically only us to leave. So... if I match E up with B, or if I match C up with them, D up with us, that's 3 points. D, Mirror Man, B, A, and now we're out. Yeah. He is basically dead. Dang it, E made it out. A, B, C, D, E. E is an ally, a betrayal, actually. Never mind. Swap those. Oh shoot, I gave myself the Mirror Man, and I can't retry. Ugh, okay, fine. Mirror Man. Traitor. Okay, and now I need to get E to get up against A so he doesn't get enough points. C can go with B because neither of them are making it out. And now we're the only ones who left, which gives us one of the passwords. Alright, that's one. And now the second password, which will actually give us the key. We need to get out with collaborators. So if we ally and C allies, we match up B and D every time. Or, sorry, we match up B and D every time, and then E with A. Ally. We match up with C, B and D, A and E. Ally. We could also match up C with D and B. Oh, fuck. Did I swap them by the last second? I was so close. If we both take the trade, none of us get points. If we pick ally, if we both pick ally, we get 2 points. If we both get, if one of us chooses betray and the other chooses ally, whoever betrayed gets 3 points. Alright, that's the first solution. There we go. Thank you. The screen changed color, so this is the password. Yeah, and the ally loses 2 points, potentially dying. So, now we can use the safe. Moon, sun, sun. That's one. And this gives us our golden file, which we won't read until later because it'll probably have, like, spoilers. And then we have Star, Sun, Sun. That's the password. Star, Sun, Sun. Oh, no. I'm looking at the wrong one. Sun, Sun, Star. I was looking at the wrong one. That's what it was. Oh, 2 more Excelivers. It's in here. We got the ambidextrous room keys. 2 bottles of Excalibur. Oh, that's all the files. Nice. Thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quirk is gonna be okay. Is he crying? Alright, let's get out of here. We just need to pick the stuff to Quirk and Alice. And we have a key. Let's get moving. Strange escape device. Screen. It's blank. Don't see any buttons. Guess I'll have to figure that out later. I'm very curious. Door's locked. Let's get out of here. All set here. Good for it. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. Stop that. Jeez. I didn't get all the gold files. I missed the elevator room and the infirmary. I didn't go back and get them yet. I figure I could do that now, or I could do it later. I didn't realize I have to play the whole room again. Skipped everything on hard difficulty. Alright, that's the last escape room.
Huh, it opened.
We should get back to the Floor A warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it? It came from over here. It sounds like something turning on. I have it! This is the wrong note. If I know the password, I can skip the room to get the file, but I don't know the password yet. I guess I could have looked it up, but I don't know the passwords because I didn't manage to put in the puzzle yet, which is the only problem.
You're right. Guess it was set to turn on.
It looks like an authentication screen. I
Yeah.
think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
I have it. Don't worry. It's a sun eating a lion. This is the 9th one. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's already 9. This must be the 10th one. Unless that one lion that had 2 heads only count as 1. Of course, this was the real 9th lion. But if that was the case... Oh, did I not find the passcode? I guess I didn't find the passcode in this one, huh? You having a brain blast, my boy? Kurashiki? The password is Jumpy Doll. Alright, here we go. Let's find out the truth. I'm excited.
Sigma! Look!
Oh! Oh shit, hi! Hi! You're...
Akane.
Ah, fuck, it actually is her. Okay. So is this Junpei?
Akane Kurashiki. They've been looking for her for a very long time.
Junpei went after Akane, so this is Junpei, but he's old? I walked towards her, slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of seeing her. He reached out.
She's a hologram.
Yeah. Tomioji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around empty air and let it fall to his side. Oh, Junpei. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here.
Damn.
Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions. At least I hope you will understand.
Yeah, I guess. I understand how holograms work. Not really. I understand how recordings work.
Now, where to begin?
Start, I
You
guess.
probably have a great many questions. What day is it?
Yeah,
Where are we?
great choice.
Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki?
Got real old,
But
Kane.
I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here?
Yeah.
The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required.
I wish the music was
for the
just a
success
little
of the
quieter.
AP project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least.
Yeah.
In any event, you are all needed in order to execute our plan. The nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project?
Yeah, what is it?
The answer to that is
Tell us,
also
June.
simple. Allow me to explain.
Okay.
We created the AB project for one purpose: to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you,
The past?
Sigma, and you, Phi.
Oh, jeez. What do you mean the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized there was no one who could answer the question. Not Phi, not Timmy OG, certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is?
Is it the box?
I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum.
Huh?
That makes this the quantum room.
What do you mean this is the quantum room? No, I didn't figure that out. She changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure?
No. Oh,
That
that?
houses our quantum computer.
And you made me play games on it?
The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Junior, as well as the golems.
Kinda small.
All of them do their thinking in that box.
Hi, Zero Junior.
Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world, the body. The thing that you see and interact with is somewhere else.
Why are we getting philosophical about robots?
But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box.
Is this gonna be something about how I'm a quantum computer? Technically?
Perhaps it isn't so strange, though.
We're gonna talk about the mimetic field.
Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, nonverbal
I feel like we
cues,
talked about this
etc.,
in 999
to
too.
transmit information. Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true?
I don't
In the
know.
dimensions we are most familiar with, yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all,
Maybe.
like the branches of a tree
Okay. Big old tree.
or a rhizome.
A rhizome. Oh yeah, my first two thoughts when I think of people being connected. A tree and rhizomes.
Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree.
Uh-huh.
All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section.
Is this a reference to that root we had to dissect in that one room?
In the two dimensions you see, the roots all
Oh, that was
appear
this
to
root,
be
wasn't it?
individual things, but this isn't the case. If you expand your view
Uh-huh.
and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions,
She's so quiet
they
compared
appear
to the
be
music.
separate. But if you look at the roots from a 3rd higher dimension, you see
Yeah.
things that might appear to be separate one another. If you look at them in 4 dimensions,
Yeah, okay, kind of like the termite hill.
doesn't that at least seem like it could be a possibility? I believe
Sure.
that is how human consciousness actually works.
You were also put through a terrible experiment as a child, so yeah.
Well, I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Santa.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Yeah. Timioji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I would have been able to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a 4th dimension, I'm referring to the 4th dimension used in Minkowski space-time.
Oh yeah, of course, we all know that.
Let's start with a single
Oh god.
dimension,
Okay.
where all that exists is a
Uh-huh.
point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In 1 dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to 2 dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are 2-dimensional surfaces. Move up to 3 dimensions,
Uh-huh.
and you can connect these shapes
Now
to
we're at
one
3
another.
shapes.
And now you have a 3-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect 3-dimensional objects to one another, and you formed a 4-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time.
Okay.
It is on that 4th dimensional axis that our
Goodness, I can finally
minds
hear
are
her.
connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project.
You really kind of became Ace, huh?
The A represents after, and the B
Oh.
represents before.
Okay. So it's not ally or
It
betray.
probably sounds silly to you.
Never mind, I can't hear
A
anymore.
ridiculous story made up by a mad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma?
How did she know that we'd only wind up in this room in the good timeline?
And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong?
No, yeah,
Tenryoji
but like,
should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago.
okay, now we have timelines. 50 years.
You sent your consciousness to the past to help save a little girl's life.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago, but
Oh,
perhaps
Junpei.
you still remember.
Oh, Junpei.
Yeah, of course I do.
Why are you a cowboy?
How can I forget? That little girl was you, Akane.
Oh, Junpei. Suddenly it felt like Family and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Timioji's face was taut with emotion as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project will begin very soon. I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So
Ah,
come
she's
and
alive
find
in this
me.
timeline.
I'll be waiting.
Come and find me.
One last thing. The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate.
By stopping the
Goodbye.
pandemic. Yeah.
Wait. Akane, wait!
Aww.
Oh, Tenmyoji, I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I will see you again
Why has-
one day, but I'm going to have to
Why
ask
is
you to
everyone
wait
calling him
just
Tenmyoji?
a little longer.
Oh, the Q room because of the final number door.
Wait.
Oh. Okay.
Akane!
And then she was gone. Oh, Timioji collapsed to his knees, his back hunched and shaking. Is Timioji his last name? Junpei Timioji? I saw the tears land on his white-knuckled fist as he pressed against his thighs. Ooh. Oh. Oh. kept quiet. What was there to say? Mai and I looked at one another and nodded silently. While shaking hands, Tomioji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. But after all we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. Aw, 10. Junpei. My guy. Tomioji isn't a real last name. It was made for Virtue's last reward. Oh, I see. And this game he didn't trust anyone enough to give his first name. That's right. We made our way to the warehouse of Flore and met with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. Well, we found the cure, guys. You're gonna be fine. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. So, were you gonna tell me we're in the future, buddy? Ever? I gave Luna the Excel gear I found in the Q room. She quickly prepared it and... My best friend Luna, she is a robot, but I still like her. And checked Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine.
That's nice.
Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna. And thanks for finding the medicine, you guys. Thank you so much.
Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
It was just in the room. Tomioji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and he held it tight. I could see tears in the corner of his eyes as he turned away from us. Oh, Quark. So he's spent like nearly 50 years just running around trying to find her. So then I remembered Dio. Where had he gone? Didn't take me long to find him. Haha, you got handcuffed to a sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are,
no
quite
problem.
literally, lifesavers.
Can't wait to take off your stupid helmet.
You have
and
my
understand what's up
eternal
with this.
gratitude.
What's up with him? Why is he a clone of me? I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Vi to see if she was doing the same thing. Is Vi's hair white? Not... No, I would be able to tell if she was old, right? After that, we headed back to Flore Warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically me, 5K, and Luna. Clover and Tomioji decided to remain in the infirmary in case something happened with Alice, Quark, and Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default. Which left me, Fi, and Tomioji. I had another split. Where am I? Oh wow, I'm right down there.
No,
Where's your
I'll
vote?
let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me, I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now. You see?
I choked. You're acting like I might try to betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times.
Yeah.
And we can all get 9 points.
Exactly.
That means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it'll be easy.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, no problem, Bob. I trust you. Enter the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
Yeah. Well, looks like we're not voting.
An ambidex gate has been opened.
Well, maybe if we change the past with our actions in the future.
45 minutes remain
Well,
until
such a sad old
ambidex
man.
game polling closes.
Like, he has a grandson at
Oh,
least.
right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AB room for 45 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Sure. I don't mind. I was about to follow
Hold on.
him. Oh, hey, Fi.
I just remembered something.
What?
The AB room on the left, in one of the other histories, she...
Yeah. You're right. Connie's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box is
Oh, she's the cat.
You will just.
The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wonder what she meant about us deciding its fate.
Perhaps she was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet.
Huh.
The history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there's no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body, but we haven't found her. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
I think she's alive.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story.
No idea how Dia would have gotten in here.
So
But, you know.
come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, alive, for sure. Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what was she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? Timelines. Okay. To be continued. But I thought that was my last route. A new destination. Before? Okay, well, we'll go before, but I gotta go take a quick BRB, and then we're gonna finish this off. It's time to go back into the past. BRB. Are you ready to remember? It's time to remember. Okay. Ah. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Oh, I'm in the AB room. Hi, AB room. Where the hell am I? Oh, I'm back in the room. Looks like an elevator, but...
No, this is one of the AB rooms.
Oh. God, who the hell are you? And what the hell is an AB room?
Damn, I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. Oh. Okay. So it's like we're starting the game all over again. Interesting, interesting. I remember. You're Phi. She grinned. That's a great smile. Got there. What is this?
Check your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean this is the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first spoke up in the AV room?
No, I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
Click. Oh, 2 hours, 15 minutes.
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're right...
Yeah, Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her. I think.
Then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
We've got to save her life. Stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to get out of here fast.
Don't need to tell me twice. Let's go.
Alright. Oh, do I have to do the room again? Oh, cool. I'm doing the room again. Alright, speedrun. I guess I know the password, don't I? This password has been found and will never change. Going back to the password changing timelines won't alter it. Didn't find out the password for this one last time. But what if... What if I just looked at the password? Since I'm here. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I am, I know, but... What if... Save passwords are randomly generated for each save file? Well, dang, never mind. Oh, the suns. Well, that's fine. I didn't really need them anyways. There, it's open. Good work. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Ah, damn it, I meant key. How the hell? Her brain is melting. She's been doing a lot of time jumping, okay? Click. Oh. I'm doing it. Beep. Ten, 9, 8, 1, done. Yeah. Why are you counting down from 10 this time? Buddy. I don't think she's making mistakes. She's just making poor jokes no one but her gets. Oh, that makes sense. You push the button. Bite me. You're taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Ugh. Alright, let's save her from Dio. Well, I only missed 2 gold files the whole time. So that's not too bad. Fine, I climbed to the hatch and out of the top of the AB room. Took us only a moment to spot them. Oh shit, Akane. Yo, Dio! He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his hand. Shit. Go, Fi! You can jump real fast. There's no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AB room. Fi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Fi! What the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. Oh, there we go. She ran across the room and launched herself in the air. Kick him! Kick him! Yeah! Get fucked, Dio.
He's fine.
Get fucked.
Just unconscious.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
He sure did. I heard footsteps come to a stop in front of us. I looked up. Hey, Akane, it's been a minute.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Yeah, just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? We hadn't shut up now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes.
Have you also been time looping?
Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
You're welcome?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed
Why
by
isn't she
Dio?
wearing a bracelet?
Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am.
Why isn't she wearing a bracelet?
I am able to jump through time, just like you.
What the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was gonna stab you, why were you letting him doing it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested.
Ah.
I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two
Right.
of you to the past.
So she's just chosen.
Or your minds, at least.
She does know Clover is an Esper too and is here, right?
In order for that to happen, some death was necessary.
God.
When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow.
You hate to see a
few
girl
seconds
boss
can
become a
feel
villain.
like an eternity.
Like, I get that she's doing this for the greater good or whatever. That's true.
Unfortunately, that in itself isn't enough to send oneself through time. The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens.
Puzzles.
It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now,
Okay.
while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind, when the bullet of your consciousness is fired from the slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed.
Okay. Yeah.
In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like.
Okay. Can I go...
Your consciousness has been released from
Maybe
the
I'll go to Atlanta.
three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Oh, fuck. Again? Well, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
My brain did get fast and then slow.
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course.
She can't get infected.
Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed.
How did you know this would work?
The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time.
So Dio also has Rad 6. Everyone has Rad 6, presumably, but Clover succumbed to it first because he's a child, and then Alice succumbs to it second because... I don't know. Maybe she's just a kind of a pessimist.
Even that, however, wasn't enough.
Okay.
You had the
I guess
ability to
Dio's not
travel,
infected then.
but your memories could easily be lost during the trip.
So maybe if he just gets infected from exposure?
If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That
Okay, yeah.
is why we made you play the AB game.
Because the decision branches us
That
off.
was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
So she is alive. I get it. I think I finally understand. Well, okay, there's a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you just told me makes sense. You did all of this so that Fi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact. Right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died, so has Fi, so have you. Alice has died like 10 times, poor thing. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Fi and I jumped through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why. What is so goddamn important that it's worth all of this?
Ah, I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
What? Just when is eventually?
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit. It's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering it, Connie ducked down to Dio and picked up his knife off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the subject.
But it's almost time.
What are you talking about? We have plenty of time.
No, in a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Logomorph.
Yes.
Lagomorph. Oh, hey, Zero Jr.
Lagomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Logomorph.
I prefer Zero Jr.
Logomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Compliance. Now put that onto Dio.
Now, everything is in place. I have put the bracelet onto Dio. All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
I see. What do you need to do all that?
To recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well,
Yeah.
I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
What is it? Oh, a key to the tombstone. Let's
I'll tie
go.
it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it.
Why is
All
it on my
right,
ankle?
Sigma?
All right. Why my ankle, ma'am? What's it say on there?
Tu fui ego
Ergo
eris.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes,
What am I supposed to do with it?
it will help you meet someone who's very important.
Okay. I know where this
Go.
goes already.
Return
I'm
to the
excited.
future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait, I still... And we're back. To be continued. But we already solved that puzzle. Where are we? A new destination has been added. Okay. New destination. Oh, it's just this one down here. Okay. This is a long chart. Yes. Oh, I'm back.
Oh, looks like you're awake.
Yay. Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
Oh. I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah. You got it pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I remember all right.
Heh. Tied to a stinky.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Pork's back!
What am I? Top
Pat,
heaven?
pat, pat, pat. Alice is back! Pat, 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 pat.
Back among the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks. Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
No problem, all in a day's work. Although I wouldn't mind.
Really grabbing at straws here,
Yeah,
aren't
really
you?
grabbing at straws here for sakes. I wasn't talking to Quark. That'd be weird. It's
Not
for
really my
Alice.
point.
Still creepy.
Whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
Oh, it says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 BP? That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
Oh, we fell asleep.
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours.
Oh, shit.
We've played the AB game 3
She is
times.
basically in less than a swimsuit. 3 times.
Yes, of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time. But no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally.
Aw, yay! Trust.
And now all of us have enough to leave.
That's great. I just need to do one thing really quick. It'll take 2 seconds. Maybe 10, but it's real quick, I promise. I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd less suspicious of us, each other. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? Yeah, that would have been bad. But the bombs, well, they all joined forces against Dio, and Vi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had been banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which I had to admit would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. This must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you death was unavoidable? Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait. What about him? Should probably take him. After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She complained about wanting to take him back to her supervisors, but after I mentioned they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio within, she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
Wait. In my heart, I'm staring longingly at that tombstone. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled it down. Sigma. Oh no, we for gore. Oh no, we for gore.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain
We for gore to go
for
check out what
9
the
seconds.
tombstone was about. I have the key. I thought we were gonna go back immediately, but instead, do I need to jump into a different timeline to do that? You didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked like some sort of large plate on top of a huge pedestal. I ran to the center of the plate and turned around. Number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9 door is closing.
Guess we all escaped at least.
The number this thank you as the game.
I guess we're going up. Maybe I'll figure out what I should do with this later. Got it tied to my ankle. Want me to jump back to whenever I go to the garden?
Looks like we did it.
Yes, we should keep moving.
Yeah. Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended a very solid wall. To the left, we found a familiar-looking door. Pushed open and went in. We're at the rec room. Alright, everybody, get in your suits. Pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sorta. This whole facility is pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. It means if we go outside, we have to decompress so we match the outside pressure. This room here is what you prepared to going in the actual pressure exchange room. It's downstairs. You see all the suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were all already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they?
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
How are we gonna get your suit on, Kay? And when X subjected, we all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompressing room. How are we gonna get Kay's suit on? His suit's so big already. How are we gonna get a suit on top of the suit? For the suit man. As soon as we were inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of the air being sucked out the room. We stood there for several minutes, waiting for this process to finish. Yes, it must be baggy. Yeah, that makes sense. At least it did, and we heard the door begin to open. That's not the same door, I don't think. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. Oh, never mind. If we're decompressing, why are we in two suits? Why is there a river to this place? The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. Who is this? The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, I just stood there, astonished. Who is it?
Where the hell are we?
The desert, I guess?
I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is.
Hmm?
Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse.
Oh, you're so wrong.
So?
Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028.
I hate to break this to you, Clover. We're 50 years in the future.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
Yeah,
I think so.
longer than that. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. But the most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger in fact than I remember it being. Then as I watched, a black spot began to move across its surface. It was hard to see the details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge. Is this the eclipse? What's that?
The moon. Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the
Am
beans
I on the
his
moon?
operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too.
Are we on the moon? Am I right?
And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So,
Timmy OG.
that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
Earth?
That's Earth.
I was right all along. We're in space. That's why we're wearing spacesuits.
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon, covering the sun.
What? No way. If this is the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way.
How did Quark know?
No, you've gotta be lying.
Clark, do we just live on the moon now?
How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See? That looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being
You're a
honest.
people.
Excuse me? What?
She's a
Please just
people.
listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Excelavir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As the time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to
Ooh,
the
we're learning about
square root of
gravity, everybody.
gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be
Okay.
approximately
Okay.
2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely. But it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters
So-
10 meters and it... Does that make sense? So now we've established that all that being the case, to them...
Okay, so it
but
feels
it's
like a
not
normal
hypothetical.
time.
That's what's been happening to every one of us. Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity? Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back. Huh? You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird.
Right.
Kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
Ah, so that's what it is. In fact, they explain Phi's inherently superhuman strength quite well. Oh. She's not jumping great because she's powerful. She's jumping great because she's on the moon. Oh, I thought she was just good at jumping.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful. That thing is just red.
I think maybe it got fucked up a little bit, Alice.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028.
Tell us what year it is, my man.
Today is January 27th.
Of? 29?
Don't tell me. 30?
Still no.
And just what year is this?
It's 74. 2074.
Ooh, that's a long time, buddy. Gasps around. That's insane. That would mean we were abducted more than 45 years ago.
I don't blame you if you don't believe me, but it's the truth.
Is that why Dio called me old?
How can you be sure?
It's not that hard. Quark and I left Earth on January 23rd, 2074. Solar eclipses are easy to predict.
Okay.
We've known that there'd be one on the 27th for a long time. That's just science. Nobody can change that.
Okay.
Why is the Earth red?
That's a long story. About 45 years ago, on April 13th, 2029, there were 18 annihilation reactors operating in
Oh,
various
God.
parts of the world. On the 13th, all 18 of them
All
lit
of
up,
them?
all at the same time.
I'm guessing that was also the work of the Myrmidons.
The explosion was about 180,000 times as powerful as the atom bomb they dropped on Hiroshima.
So we're in a nuclear
I
winter.
suppose it started a few months before that. The government had a test site for a future Mars mission out in the middle of Nevada. On December 31st,
Yes.
2028, there was an accident. Well, accident doesn't quite convey the right sense of the thing.
Yeah.
The point is,
Why is she the
Radical
only one that can
6
jump like that?
claimed
I guess
its
we haven't
first
tried
victims
jumping,
there,
have we?
then escaped. Didn't take long for it to spread to the rest of the world. Like Luna explained, the virus slows your brain down, but eventually, it also makes you kill yourself. Pretty soon, the bodies started to pile up. Some people would take a dive off a building or shoot themselves in the
Yeah,
head.
like The Happening.
The classics. But for some, it was poison. Plenty of people jumped in front of trains or cars. One pilot on a passenger airline drove his plane into the ground. Most forms of transportation ground to a halt pretty fast. That meant food couldn't get distributed. And thousands of people who weren't even infected died from starvation. Everywhere you went, there were just piles of corpses. Covered in
Oh
flies.
god, is it
rats,
your
and
journal?
crows.
Junpei, is it your journal this whole time, the one in Latin? What? Why are you writing in Latin, Jumpy?
I don't know what hell's like, but I imagine it's a lot like that.
Jumpy.
After
Why?
a while, people who managed to avoid getting infected started trying to get in touch with one another. They got a hold of some radios and organized a couple meetings. There was only one thing to discuss, of course. How could they get rid of Radical 6? The answer, they decided, was purification. They figured they could just roast the surface of the
Oh,
earth
God.
and it'd kill the virus off for good.
Why did they decide
On
this was the
April
answer?
13th in 2029, they put their plan into effect.
Does medicine not exist in
That
this
plan was
world?
to
What the hell,
detonate
guys?
18 annihilation reactors.
Seems like a very overkill for a virus.
Now the truth is, that's mostly just rumor. Nobody really knows what happened. But
I'm
I've
gonna
got my
blame
own
to you.
theories. I think that the bombers had already been infected, and when they died, they took billions with them. The ultimate "if I die, you're coming with me" gesture, I suppose.
Very Dio-core.
I bet you money they'd all lost it long before they got to the reactors, killing most of the world. No
Yeah.
matter how bad things had gotten, it was not a sane plan, even if it wasn't directly responsible. Radical 6 killed most of the people on Earth. Anyway, why it happened isn't that important. Point is, it happened.
Future's kind of fucked in this one, huh?
You ever heard of nuclear winter? Well, that's basically what we got. The explosion threw a ton of crap up into the stratosphere, where it joined up with smoke and ash from all the fires. Blotted out the sun for 7 years.
Sounds
Plants
like a
withered,
cold year.
Animals died by the millions. A few humans who were left banded together to survive.
Did they not prepare for the nuclear winter they were going to set off? At least get some
Rough
UV
times.
lights.
Eventually they were over, though. The sky cleared and the sun came back. Plants started blooming again, and the animals that hadn't died out completely began to reappear. Things weren't quite back to normal, though. It's been 45 years now. But there's still quite a bit of dust and ash in the air. That's what you're seeing. You know why a sun sets red? This is
Well,
the
yeah,
same
I guess
thing.
if they did make that plan.
Blue and green light have short wavelengths. Red light, on the other
I understand how red
the
light
Earth looks
works.
red because that's the only color of light that can make it through the atmosphere.
Beautiful. I'm speechless. What could I possibly say? There's no reason for Timioji to lie to us. So we were standing on the moon, looking at the Earth. I was 2074. But why? Why were we here? Why were we then? I was so lost in thought I barely noticed Phi's approach.
Hey, Sigma, I think I figured something out.
A window popped up in the inside of my helmet with Whisper in the corner. She seemed to be using a circuit only we could hear. Yeah? What is it?
I figured out why there's an extra E.
Oh? An extra E? Oh, you mean the graffiti?
Yeah, the one on floor B. I think it's an anagram, just like on
Finally.
floor A.
Guys, I've been stuck on this for so long. What's the Anna say this time?
God damn it, Sigma!
Why did she say that?
Knock it off!
Can I please just make a single joke with you not treating me like a piece of shit about it, Vi? You make terrible jokes all the time, but I don't be mean to you about it.
Memento mori if the ninth lion ate the sun.
I say one little goofy thing and she yells at me.
If you rearrange the letters, you get the man on the moon rules the infinite time. See?
I guess?
You need 6 E's to get that, so they stuck an extra one in ninth.
That's such a Santa move. Man of Moon, granted the infinite time.
I think it's a message for us from Zero Senior and Akane. Remember what she was telling us?
We to transport the consciousnesses of two
people
into the past.
So, what are you gonna get?
My god, you're slow. You don't get it?
I have a brain virus.
They're saying we rule the infinite time. Infinite
Oh.
time. They weren't just talking about having us jump a couple hours. I think they're planning to send us back. Way back.
Wait a minute. Are you saying they're gonna send us back 45 years?
Yeah. I'd bet on it.
So the ultimate purpose of the AV project is to send us back in time to that catastrophe Timioji was talking to us about.
I think so.
Mars. Project. That doesn't make sense, though. I mean, we came from the same time period, before it, actually. That's why bring us here and then send us back.
Well, Akane should be able to tell us the rest. Let's go pay her a visit.
Do you know where she is?
I've got an idea. Come on, think. Remember what she said when she gave you the key?
Tu fui ego eris.
The grave. The one in the garden.
Well, come on. What are you waiting for? Let's go.
Alright, let's jump. Oh, we just went back in?
What are you doing? Did you forget something?
Yeah, we're gonna have to go talk to somebody.
Who?
You really gonna make me spell it out? The person behind all this.
You mean Akane?
What?
I'll take that as a yes. Let me accompany you then.
Wait, why do you know about Akane?
I'll tell you when we get there now, if you please. I'm coming
Okay.
with you. You folks just said the magic word.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm going too then. So am I.
Yeah, let's go all visit Akane.
Is this Akane you're talking about?
Kate's voice always sounds like that, right?
Yeah, you know her real well.
Wait, you're serious? What the hell is going on?
Ugh, shut up. Just shut up. Come on if you want to. You don't need to do a roll call. Once we get there, Akane can explain everything. If Kate's voice is different, I'm gonna be suspicious. With that, we head through the airlock. Oh yeah, I think that was just the radio static. Guys, can we get back in? Is that allowed? Oh, let's just go down to B floor. I bet if we go to B floor, we can get out and in as much as we want, right? Yeah, it just opens. Easy peasy.
Ah, clever. The number 9 door on floor A is shut forever once the game ends. Assuming Zero Jr. was telling the truth, of course. But the door on floor B...
Yeah. Thought we might be able to take
Sounds
the
normal.
lift to it. And it looks like I was right.
Any idea where Akane might be?
Yeah, the grave.
You mean the grave in the garden?
Yeah, don't worry. I don't think she's buried there or anything. Chances are she's alive. Just in the grave. Anyway, let's move to the garden. Oh yeah, this is the way to the garden. I was like, why aren't we going through one of the white doors? But no, the garden is, the garden is this way. The treatment center really was just a red herring this whole time, huh? Hello, garden. Finally, I've been thinking about this for hours. Even before I left, I was like, how do I get this?
Is Akane really under here?
I think so.
What should we do? Are we gonna dig her out?
Very funny, Quark. I don't think we'll have to do that, though. See his keyhole? It's just... insert this here. I imagine he just moves his leg over next to it instead of untying it. Pull the key off my ankle and put it into the hole. Dang, I thought that'd be funny. Just send it to the right until I heard something unlock. A quiet grinding, the grave began to shift. Oh!
What is
Treatment
this?
pod 0.
It doesn't look like a coffin.
Yeah. It's a treatment pod. Oh my god.
It is, isn't it?
If Snake is in there, I'm gonna die. The glass in the cupboard frosted over, making it opaque. It's probably Zero Senior. You couldn't see who or what was in it.
Let's see what's inside.
Yeah. She grabbed and hold the lever of the side of the pod?
No good. I think it's locked.
Yeah, just unlock it.
Treatment pod TP 00. Stage 1 defrosting complete. Stage 2 will be complete in 10 minutes. Once stage 2 is complete, the lock will automatically disengage.
Well, that's not as long as we have to wait usually. Cold
What?
sleep. These pods can put people into cold sleep. Use something called cast to freeze human bodies without destroying their cells.
So, Mizakane's like an ice cube?
I think so.
Then we gotta wait till she melts?
Yeah, you got it.
So how about you tell us your story while we wait, Kay?
Yeah, Kay.
Specifically,
Oh, right. She's his mother figure.
why do you know Akane?
She's
I
his mother
remembered.
figure.
What do you remember?
Everything.
Oh.
I was born and raised in this facility. It's called Rhizome 9.
This looks just like the Mars facility we saw.
A rhizome is an underground plant stem that spreads by sending out roots.
Oh, I was thinking of ribosomes.
Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? This facility is a little like a rhizome. Supposedly, that's why they call these installations that. The number comes from the facility's number. There are 54 rhizomes on the moon, and this is the 9th one. Well, I suppose the other ones don't really matter to you, do they? In any event, I grew up here with Akane and Zero Senior. I watched them create the AB project.
The
AB project?
Yes. Its purpose is to send Phi and Sigma, or their consciousnesses at least, to the past.
Back 45 years, right?
Yes.
So, you want us to change history, huh? Go back and keep Radical 6 from getting out, and stop the reactors from exploding. That's our mission?
Well, not exactly.
What do you mean?
It's true that the ultimate goal of the project is to keep Radical 6 from spreading to the general population. But even if you do make it back, you won't be able to do much. By now, it's already too late.
Too late?
What do you mean?
Let me begin at the beginning.
Great place to choose, bud.
You might be thinking that Zero Senior and Akane were the ones who created all this, but that's not entirely correct. They only followed the histories they'd already seen. It was the only choice they had.
I
Nothing
see.
less than the future of mankind is at stake. We need the two of you to jump through timelines while maintaining your memories. That is why you had to play the AB game. By
Yeah.
forcing multiple options, you could make numerous jumps. We speculated that jumping more would strengthen your memories.
Yeah, it worked.
The puzzles were also there for a purpose. Some theories hold that a moment of insight when you solve a puzzle strengthens your connection to the fourth dimension.
I must be connected so hard to the fourth
That
dimension.
was the reason for the puzzles. Your infection with Radical 6 was also a vital part of our plan. By slowing down your brain's processing speed, we can store your potential with that
Yeah.
energy stored, like a bullet from a slingshot.
Bullet.
Wait, hold on just a minute here. You keep talking about Sigma and Phi, but what about the rest of us? Why did you bring us here?
That's simple. In earlier histories, you were all here in Rhizome 9. We needed you here to accurately replicate those histories.
I see.
Although I suppose that's probably not a good enough explanation for you. In a sense, though, it is the truth. Our primary goal was to replicate history. The rest is... Yes, I suppose I should explain. Very well. I will try and do so in a way you can understand.
Wow, kind of condescending. I love you still, but come on, man.
First, Alice and Clover. They were abducted 45 years and 1 month ago, on December 22nd, 2028. The
Yeah?
location is Earth, of course. More specifically, Los Angeles, California.
You guys live in LA?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys live in LA?
After being kidnapped, your bodies were sent to a facility under Akane's direction. You were placed in treatment pods and immediately put into cold sleep.
Mean of her to do?
4 months later, you arrived at this facility. The date you finally arrived was April 14th, 2029. Your trip from Earth to this facility was aboard a spaceship powered by an annihilation engine. Following your arrival, your pods were placed in long-term storage. Does that make sense?
Are you telling me we were sleeping in those pods here for 45 years?
Ah, jeez.
Yes, in preparation for this day.
Oh no, Snake must be so worried.
But why? What do you need us for?
You are an Esper, aren't you, Clover? I mean that you are able to access the fourth dimension. Am I wrong?
Did Akane tell you?
In a manner of speaking, as I've already explained, the purpose of this project is to send Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the past. Espers are able to sort of resonate with one another, which can amplify their power.
Okay,
You
yeah.
understand? This is why we brought you here, Clover.
What about me?
We needed your help, Alice, to deactivate Dio's bombs.
Huh?
But I didn't do anything.
But you did. In
It's
another
not in
history.
this timeline.
You were able to perform prime decomposition on the 25-digit integer that Dio left behind. Only you could do that sort of thing. Because of your feat of mathematics, we were about to determine that Dio had planted the bombs. Then we were able to question him and get the password for the number 31.
Hi. Because you're me, are you also jumping timelines, my friend?
Finally, we used that information to stop the bomb in
Yeah,
this
why not just
timeline.
give us a calculator?
Without your help, Alice, we would have been reduced to
I don't
nothing
know that
more than so
calculators
much
can do
space dust.
factorization.
This history exists because of your presence. Now, let me explain why we needed 10 Myoji and Quark.
Quark is just cute.
10 Myoji is simple. We needed you for the same reason we needed Clover. You are able to access the fourth dimension. Almost half a century ago,
Yeah, I did.
we needed you to resonate with Sigma and Phi. So we brought you here. All it took was a messenger.
Do you want to see Akane? If you do, come with me. I was a fool and fell for it.
And you brought Quark with you. In fact, you insisted that he come.
Yeah, I know. I guess you were worried about leaving me alone, huh?
They do have a quantum computer, that's true.
He kept saying he couldn't run off to the moon and leave me behind.
I'm sorry, Quark.
Oh,
If I hadn't been so stupid and selfish, none of this would have happened to you.
you just love your
Never thought this
grandson.
would happen. Can you ever forgive me?
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I agreed to come with you. I thought the moon would be way more interesting than boring old Earth.
You're so cute, Quark.
What kid would turn that down?
That's such a good
We
point.
didn't see the messenger after we got on the ship. It was on autopilot. As soon as we got in, we headed straight for the moon during the trip. Zero told me to keep quiet once we got there. I don't remember anything after we landed.
Then there was a bunch of that white smoke, and we passed out, and when I woke up, I was in the AB room.
Yeah.
Now, Dio, his real name is Left, and he's the leader of a terrorist organization called the Myrmidons. He was ordered to come here. The Myrmidons are under the
I bet
control
he's
of
awake
an
by now and
organization
really
called
losing it.
Free the Soul, which is in turn controlled by a man known as Brother. It was Brother who orchestrated the release of Radical 6 into the
And
general
this guy
population
sucks.
45 years ago.
If we can figure out who he is, we can go back in time and kick his ass.
Do you remember what Phi mentioned earlier?
No.
The ultimate purpose of the AB project is to change
Yes.
history and keep Radical
I bet
6
he'd just
from
kill
being
himself,
released.
honestly. He already
If we
lost.
succeed, that would be bad for Brother and his organization. Our success would prevent them from creating the ideal world they're working toward. That is why Brother sent Left, his trusted lieutenant, to this facility.
Got it.
They needed to stop the AB project.
And we needed
So,
him.
Dio was given two tasks. First, the second, was to join the AB game and win it. If Dio won the game, the AB project would not be completed. At least, not in that timeline.
It's not a lot of
In
once
other
he
words,
wins.
in that world, the project would have been stopped. If things didn't go as planned, Dio was given a contingency plan. If you cannot murder Akane and win the game, destroy Rhizome 9. Hence, the bombs.
Cool.
Can I ask you something?
Perhaps.
How did Brother know about the AB project?
He was also an Esper. We can set Brother aside for now, though.
But I'm so curious.
May I proceed?
Sure, I guess. Is this the part where you take off your helmet? We were all curious.
Excellent. That explains everyone, save two.
Yeah.
Luna and myself.
Well, Luna's a robot and you already lived here.
Sigma and Phi already know the truth about Luna. I don't believe I should reveal any more, however. I think it would be more appropriate if you could ask Luna yourselves at a later time. Would that
That's
be all right
fair.
with you, Luna?
Yes, that's okay.
If they both grew up here, well, she's a robot, but I think they're siblings in my heart.
As for me, as I said before, I was born and raised here. The
Yeah.
rest of you were brought to this facility. But I've never left. That makes me someone close to Zero Senior and Akane.
Yeah.
I've been wondering, who is Zero Senior?
You've already met him, Sigma.
Yeah, the
In another
hologram.
timeline.
Yeah, well, I saw a hologram. He looks like an old man. Could be Santa. He has a bracelet on. I don't know who he is.
Stage 2.
Oh shit, we're about to meet him.
Complete. TP00. Unlocking.
You guys ready to meet him?
It looks like it's finished. Shall we open the pod?
Yeah, let's do it. All of us gathered around a pond. The glass was covered with frost, hiding the contents.
Okay, let's get started then. Ready?
Yeah. Fine, I laid her hand on the lever and licked this. I swallowed. Yeah, anytime.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Who's it gonna be? Is it Zero Senior? Is it Akane? I bet it's Zero Senior. What the fuck? That's me! How many me's are there? How many times are they gonna keep doing this? I've seen something like this before. The warehouse on floor B, in front of the white door. Kay was lying in front of me. I grabbed his mask and saw... myself. I never figured out who he really was. Why was there a man with my face underneath Kay's armor? Am I a clone? Is Kay a clone? Are we both clones? Is this the original Sigma that's in the tube? Oh my god. Hey Kay, but wait, if the person in the pod was the same person I'd seen on the floor of the warehouse, who was wearing Kay's armor?
You finally noticed. Didn't I tell you? You won't be alone.
Akane?
I will be at your side, watching over you.
No, oh my
Yes,
god, you're...
I am.
This whole time? This whole time? What the fuck?
Akane Kurashiki.
Okay. Okay.
It's you, June. I mean, Akane from... But you're old.
It's Akane 00999.
Yes, that's correct.
This is June from the first game. 1 second, let me find a picture of her. I'll find a picture of her. Everything is happening and it's so wild all the time. Where is she? Here's the one of her on the stairs. That'll work. Please don't be a WebP. I hate WebP images. All my homies hate WebP images. It's a WebP image. I hate to break it to you. Is this one? Guys, how many WebP images are there in this world? Can I please just get a normal image? Can I please paste an image? Why am I not pasting images? Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to save an image of June so I can show you guys. That's a WebP image! I hate WebP images. Have you guys ever seen a WebP image? I hate them, actually. Can I even open this? You posted one in Discord? Okay, cool. Nice. I think I found one. If I can get it to work. No, here it is. There she is. This one? This is her? You remember her? Yeah, I'm sure they're great on web applications. But like, if I'm trying to copy and paste it, it never lets me. You remember her from the first game? This is her now. You feel old yet?
I haven't spoken to you in a very long time, Clover.
Yeah, and I wonder whose fault that is.
Or you.
I'm sure there are. I haven't really looked it up. Junpei!
Junpei?
Akane, long time no see.
Oh, God. Barely hear what they were saying. My mind was still reeling. Felt like all the air had been knocked out of me. And all this always do was not collapse around there and there.
When? How long?
Do you remember when the two of you saved me in the warehouse?
Yeah. If I did this great kick.
Once
Dia
you
was out.
saved me, you went back to your future. Well, your minds did at least. I carried your bodies to the third AB room, and then took Dio's to the fifth.
You're a strong old lady.
After that, I went into the first room and borrowed Kay's armor.
Why does he wear armor?
So by the time you and Clover came out, you'd already...
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Dio killed you. And then Luna took your body into the sixth room. You couldn't have been in Kay's armor.
No, it was me. In this timeline, at least. In this one, I wasn't murdered by Dio. You two saved me. It's just like Schrodinger's cat.
Who's inside of the armor?
Your actions in the future decided who would be inside the armor in the past.
What? That's nuts.
Alright, what about the other history? The one where you weren't saved. What happens then? Who's wearing the armor?
That's quite simple. The man in front of you.
Him?
Not Sigma?
That's correct. Whenever I'm not in the armor, he is.
What about the memory loss?
For my part, I confess that I lied. He, on the other hand, was telling the truth. Large doses of soporil can cause memory loss. I gave him a rather large dose.
Jesus.
So, who is he?
You've never seen him before?
No.
What about the rest of you?
I have no idea who he is.
What do you mean? I'm right here.
I've never seen him before.
Me either.
Total stranger.
Hey, come on, what are you guys saying? Right here? Same face?
Huh?
Huh?
Are you alright, Mr. Sigma? Did you hit your head or something?
Huh? What? Didn't make any sense. Oh god, am I old? Why did they recognize me?
Sigma, your consciousness can jump through time. You can inhabit your body in the past or in the future.
What does that mean?
Don't you get it? You've jumped to the future.
Oh, fuck.
From 45 years ago.
So I made this. I looked around frantically. A pond. I ran to it and set myself down on my knees. Crawling on all fours, I approached the edge. My heart was hammering inside my chest. A cold sweat tickled down my spine. Calm down, calm down, damn it. I struggled to make deep breaths, and slowly, I peered into the pond looking for my reflection. Ah, shit, it's me! I'm Zero. Oh, she took Kay's armor and then impersonated him the whole time. But more importantly, I'm Zero. Look at me. How has he never touched his face and felt the metal bit? How has he never noticed a stray gray hair? There have been mirrors. Sigma, you're wearing the same outfit. So that means that I'm the one who created the game and cloned myself into Kay. I'm Kay's dad. I was Kay's dad all along. That can't be real. His face.
It's your face, Dr. Sigma Climb.
I'm a doctor?
Although, to the you that's behind it now, it's your face 45 years from now.
Are we friends now?
Zero, the mastermind
me.
of the AB project.
Fine. Yo, okay. Okay.
Is you.
I'm Zero. Aw, jeez. The real Zero was the me we found along the whole time. Along the way.
It's the truth. Fighting it isn't going to do you any good. Please, Doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
You will be a pioneer in the field of genetic engineering.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. You created him.
What a hottie.
Well, I suppose I should say you are going to create him.
Isn't he a cutie? Create?
His name is Kyle
His
Klein.
name is fucking Kyle? Sigma, you can't name your kid fucking Kyle. Kay's name can't be Kyle, please.
Your clone.
Guys, we can't name Kay Kyle. Kyle? Kyle?
That is why he looks just like a younger version of yourself.
Kyle!
23 years ago, in the biolab here in Rhizome 9, you created Kyle.
Kyle?
Well, I suppose for you, that's still in the future.
But what if it's not my future? buddy.
When I said I was born and raised here, I was still pretending to be him. The gravity here is only 1/6 of Earth's.
So he got taller.
If nothing was done, the reduced gravity would cause his bones to be weaker than normal human ones. But you prepared for that. You
And I
gave him
built him a
that
little
armor.
suit.
Ever since he was born, he's lived inside of it.
What the fuck?
It kept his muscles and bones strong. He wasn't forced into it for the nonary game. He's been wearing it every day, all his life.
Great, I love knowing that I've done absolutely horrible things to my clone. But why would I do that? Why would future me create a clone?
He was to be your spare.
That's sick and
If
twisted.
something happened to you before the project began, he would take your place.
Fucked up. I've been old this whole time.
I mentioned before that the AB projects A and B stood for after and before.
You know what? That does explain why that no one thinks that he's handsome.
That isn't all they mean, though. The A also means anima, and the B means body.
Usually you just want them to stand for one thing, but go off, I guess.
Anima is another word for the soul, or the consciousness. Body is, well,
Yeah.
exactly what it
Dio
says
did call
on
me
the
an old
tin.
fart.
The past consciousness will go
Is that why Quark calls me Mister all the time? I thought he was just
into
a
the
very
future
polite
body.
child.
And that was the chief goal of the project.
Yeah, but not ugly. The future person goes into the past person.
Sigma, do you remember the note you found in the garden?
Yeah.
You mean this, right?
Yes.
Right. Rhizome 9. We're here. And we... Wait, I lost track. Right. But then if we manage to... At E, which is where we are right now, there's a place where we can go to the right.
Ah, of course, it was you who investigated the garden in this timeline.
Yeah.
Sigma, take a good look at this. It's an illustration of the time jumps your consciousness
So
is
I'm
making.
at C. I need to jump back to E, which is right before the things explode. And I need to go whoop, whoop. Right?
A is where everything began. December 25th, 2028.
You kidnapped me. Or Santa. I don't know
You
where Santa
inhaled
is.
the white smoke in your car and lost consciousness. From there, you jumped to B.
Uh-huh.
January 25th, 2074.
Uh-huh.
You woke up in one of
Been
the
2
AB
days?
rooms in Rhizome 9. You are in your own body,
It's been a full
but
day.
it is 67 years old. Your consciousness has jumped 45 years into the future. I believe that may explain why you didn't notice the reduced lunar gravity. The body you woke up in was
It's not
much
ugly.
older. Normally, you would have noticed that your muscles were much weaker. In this
I
case,
can't imagine that this Sigma
lower
will now
gravity
choose to go
balanced
into
that
genetic
out.
experimenting and create a Kyle. Even though I do like Kyle. He's a great guy. I like his
Moving
mannerisms.
on, if you continue along this line, what happens next?
I go
You
back.
reach C. That is today.
Whoa, wait, what do you mean? Are you saying it's been 2 days since we woke up?
Yeah.
36 hours to be exact.
Oh, okay, so like, because our
Have you
time is like
already
slowed
forgotten
down.
You were all infected with Radical 6. The virus slowed your brain down.
Shouldn't I be like super tired?
So yes, 36 hours of real time have passed.
So if somebody else came into this room, they would have just seen us all moving really slowly.
But to you, It only seemed like 14 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay.
Now comes the important part. After this, your consciousness will return to the past.
Will I turn back to E or D?
It will re-emerge at point D.
Okay.
April 13th, 2029. You will return to your younger body.
But that's the same day as the reactor explosions.
Yeah.
Yes. That is why I said it will be too late.
I guess,
You
yeah.
will return to the past, but the events you would want to
What if I
prevent
want to return
will
earlier?
have already happened.
What if I just say nuh-uh?
The
No, I won't.
story does not end there, however. The line continues. After reaching point D, you will eventually return to B. But this time, you won't be jumping through time, or at least not at a rate faster than normal. Your consciousness will spend 45 years inhabiting the same body.
Sounds
until
terrible.
you reach point B.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember when B is Sigma?
The start of the game.
Correct. That was when the consciousness of the 22-year-old Sigma
Okay, so
jumped into the body of
67-year-old Sigma
67-year-old
jumped back
Sigma.
already.
So
And
where
he's in my
did
young
the
body.
older version of you go when you took his body?
He went back to E. Or A.
Yes, his consciousness will go back in time 45 years. For a period of time, he will inhabit your younger body. While your younger consciousness is elsewhere, he will be you in the past.
But once that body reaches point D, my 22-year-old consciousness will come back from point C.
That's correct. When that happens, the older version of you will be ejected from your younger body and
Oh god,
return to your
all my
body
friends are going
at
to only
sea.
know C version me. So it's rotating.
Rotating. I suppose you could put it that way. But look at this illustration closely. What if you take all these lines and untangle them? You get one single line. It may look complicated,
Except for
but
E.
in truth, it's a single straight path with one exception.
That line is point E, right?
Exactly. Point E is December 31st, 2028.
Okay.
The day of the total eclipse.
Day Radical 6 got out of the test facility.
Yes. By now, you've likely figured it out on your own. The purpose of the AB project was to get the consciousness of the
Okay.
67-year-old Sigma from point B
That's it?
to point A.
This seems very complicated for that, babes, but okay.
If we can do that, we can change what happened 45 years ago.
Will I still be trapped on this timeline? Unless until I'm 60? So the old version of me will keep Radical 6 from getting out. By jumping into my 22-year-old body on New Year's Eve 2028.
Yes.
Or will I drop off over here?
That is why this line could not be interrupted. In order for the 67-year-old version of you to reach point B, we first have to go through point D. In order to get to point D, we must jump
Oh,
from
boy.
point C. And for point C to happen, we had to recreate everything that happened in this facility.
So when old me jumped back to point A, he went over and talked to her and spent a few months working with her to detail what happened at point C, which helped us figure out what was going on.
That is why we have
did I go
faithfully
further back?
retraced history up to this point,
Or did Akane jump even further back than this?
so that we might save humankind from destruction and undo the horrors of the last 45 years.
But then does Quark stop existing? What about Quark? Tell me one thing.
What is that?
You said the point C is January 27th, 2074. There's gonna be a jump, and I'll jump to April 13th, 2029.
Yes, that's right.
But look, I'm still old. When is this jump supposed to happen?
Very soon.
Soon?
Yes.
And What's gonna trigger it?
We need potential energy stored to send your consciousness into the fourth dimension. Fortunately, we now have plenty of that. Thanks, ironically, to Radical 6.
Is she gonna shoot us?
All that remains is to launch your consciousness like a bullet from a slingshot.
And how do you propose to do that? With a bullet.
Didn't I tell you? A crisis. A moment balanced between life and death. That can jumpstart your
Oh
brain.
god, what's about to happen? What do you mean?
You haven't figured it out. I mean this.
Oh shit, it's a knife. Does Dia's knife? No sooner were the words out of my mouth. Oh shit, she's gonna stab me. Oh, it's Vi! Vi! I screamed to the left towards them. Connie was already in motion, the knife driving towards Vi's chest. I was almost there. And it's April. When I regained consciousness, I was on the floor. There was a dull pain in my chest. I felt for a cut, but something was in the way. It took me a moment to realize it was Connie's body lying on top of me. I was twisting my neck to look around. Nearby was an old tombstone. On it was written a few words in Latin. Tu qui ego eris. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. So did it work? Did it work? Do we not know? Do we need to go and play Sigma again? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Akane's 22. Akane 22? There was no Akane 22 in this. The last bit was the older Sigma? Oh, yeah, it could've been. Could've been. Wild to put a gravestone right where you're going to die. Shout out to Kyle. Oh, Luna. Oh, man. Yeah. Could have been. Haha, Dio. Dio's still downstairs. Who was brother? Who was brother? I never got to know that part. But I need to know. Who was brother? I didn't stop the cults. Does the third game tell me? Well, now I'm gonna have to play Time Dilemma. It's my favorite song in the whole game. Dang. The last Zero Escape felt like it was over. Like, I was like, one and done. That could be enough of a game, and we all would have just sat back and been like, thank you for the delicious game. But like this one? Now I gotta play. Yeah. 22 Sigma is just getting yo-yoed around. Without care from his perspective. I can't imagine a 22-year-old Sigma is going to grow up to be 60-year-old Sigma. Willingly. Like, maybe he will. But like, I don't know. Is it the after credits scene time? Finding. A new destination has been added. There we go. So I guess this is Kyle. Headquarters. He grew up to be a person to actually create the notary game. He couldn't have grown up sane. Is that Sigma? What? Oh, Jesus.
Today is April 13th, 2029, and this is the evening news. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I don't have any news to read. All of our station's reporters have passed after contracting Radical 6. So have my... Excuse me. have managed to keep us on the air until now. But I'm out of tricks. It's time for me to sign off. This concludes our broadcast day. I pray that someday our world can be cleansed of this horrible plague. Goodbye.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Ooh. For a moment I just stared at the TV. With the roar of static that seemed to fill the entire room until with a click it disappeared too. Had the power gone out? I heard footsteps behind me and turned around. Ah, shit. Hey. Well, I know that symbol. Hi, that symbol is behind brother. This symbol right here winds up behind brother. Ooh, what's going on? Hi, Akane.
It looks like the first step was successful.
What the fuck? You killed me!
Killed?
I guess technically you're going to kill me 45 years from now, but still.
Hey. No, I didn't kill you. I hit you with the butt of the knife. You're fine.
I'm okay?
Yes. You and Phi needed to experience a state of crisis.
Hey, hold on.
That
Where's
was the
Phi?
only way.
Me and Phi?
Yes. I only told you about you, but we also needed Phi to jump.
Why? Is she there? My best friend Phi?
Now, you know what happens next, right?
We go to the moon?
Correct. We will be leaving tomorrow, April 14th, 2029. We've nearly finished preparing your shuttle. Only a few last-minute checks and additions. You'll be traveling to Rhizome 9, along with 3 treatment pods.
What if I don't want to go to Rhizome 9? Alice and Clover, right?
Yes.
Well, what about the third one? Who's in there?
Phi. We put her into cold sleep 2 days ago. She appeared at our headquarters and volunteered to be frozen. That wasn't the Phi who jumped from point C, though. It was Phi before she jumped from point A to point D.
I see.
In other words, she was following the same path you are, and she still is.
Then that means after you froze her, the point C version of her bot jumped back into her body.
Yes. The point C version of Phi is sleeping in that pod. She'll stay there for the next 45 years, sleeping in ice.
Then when she gets to point B, her consciousness will jump to point A, right?
Correct.
Huh. So that's why she didn't look old. So why don't you just stick me in one of those pods?
We can't do that.
Why not?
You haven't figured it out? You have to spend the next 45 years working on the AB project. After arriving at Rhizome
What if I don't
9,
want to?
You must master genetic engineering and artificial intelligence programming, among other disciplines.
What if I don't want to?
Otherwise, you will be unable to create Kyle, Luna, and Lagomorph.
Okay, I care about Kyle and Luna, but I don't care about Lagomorph that much.
And, of course, you will need to develop the chromatic doors and the bracelets.
Well, that one seems more simple. I bet I could figure that out.
You will also be the person who summons Tenmyoji and Quark.
Okay.
Once you've completed all the preparations, then the project can actually begin. January 25th, 2074. You will defrost Phi and carry her to the 3rd AB room. Once you've done that, the 22-year-old version of you from point A will force you out.
Not gonna lie, this sounds like it sucks ass.
And you'll just go back 45 years to your own body on December 25th, 2028.
Sounds like it sucks, actually. Akane, did you consider that this sounds like it sucks? Oh, my girlfriend broke up with me over email. And I changed history. Do you really think I can keep the virus from getting out?
If you don't, billions of people will die. Only you and Phi can save them.
Have you considered that you might have created a closed loop? What about you? Aren't you an Esper too?
I can't do anything on my own. If this is going to work, I'll need your help.
Ugh. Fine, I guess. What do I need to do?
What do you mean?
Like, what specific actions do I need to take? When Phi and I jump to point A, what are we gonna do then?
You'll both enter the Mars mission test site.
And after that?
I don't know.
What?
I'm sorry. I really don't know anything about what happens in there. We don't know how the Radical Six escaped. We don't even know why it was there in the first place.
Oh, crap. And we're screwed.
That's why we need your help.
I'm guessing it was the Myrmidons.
You have the ability to jump through time and across parallel worlds. We need you to figure out what happened in that test facility.
Why couldn't you just ask Junpei?
Things will be difficult.
Junpei can do this.
And I'm sure you will find yourself in a great deal of danger. But I believe the two of you can overcome any obstacle.
Am I playing as Fi in the next one? Is that it? Wait, how do you know it's so dangerous?
The 67-year-old version of you told me what happened. He wasn't able to stop the virus. So I suppose you could say you told me after you failed.
What did he say?
That the test facility is full of traps. There was one point. A woman's life was in danger. You risked yourself for her sake and lost your arms and your right eye.
My arms and my right eye? Oh, God. Oh, you look silly. Oh, his face is silly. What the hell? Suddenly a row of rumbles shook the building. Up, that'd be the bombs. Up, there it goes, yeah. What was that?
Go have a look.
Look at the explosion. You'll go blind in your good eye. If he really lost his eye, I feel like his, depth perception would be way worse. Well, I guess if you can see the mushroom cloud, you're good. That's what they say. Would we really be able to change the course of history? No, that was the wrong way to look at it. It couldn't be a question. I had to change history. We could save the world. I'm going to change history. I stared at the darkening skies above us and steeled myself. I would succeed. God. Poor Sigma. He just wanted to be a goofy guy. And now he has to... Oh, God. Spending 45... Get into our beginning, yeah. God. Well, damn. Guess that's it. I didn't mean to go back here. I do think there's a chance that we just accidentally created a stable time loop. No response? I don't know. I feel like... God. There should be one other story thing left? Really? Where? Oh. Fi. I found it. Oh no. Hello, Fi.
Where?
I see you've finally woken up, Kyle.
Kyle?
Ah, yes. Of course. You've only just woken up in this timeline.
Yay, Kyle!
It's only natural for some of your memories to be missing.
I lurched upright, jumped off the bed, and ran around to the other side of the partition. The mirror over the sink was covered in a film of dirt. I wiped it off with my sleeve, and my reflection stared back at me. There was no mistake. The reflection belonged to Kyle.
Climb. So, I'm Dr. Climb? Zero Senior's clone?
What? How do you know that? Shouldn't you still be suffering from amnesia?
He inherited the ability to jump timelines. I knew who Kyle Klim was. In another history, he had been K and wore a suit of armor. He hadn't just worn the armor in his history, though. Apparently he worn it all his life. Oh no, so when he was a cute little baby robot, that wasn't a cute thing. Kyle had been born and raised in this lunar installation, which is famed to be called Rhizome 9. Rather late in life, Akane had appeared as a mother figure and had constantly grown very attached to her. He knew everything about him, but even though I knew it, I didn't feel it. Was I really Kyle Klim? Every time I looked in the mirror, I saw his face. The spitting image of Sigma Klim in his younger days. I looked down. There's Dio, still handcuffed. I turned back to Luna.
What day is today?
January 27th, 2074.
Today is the last day of the AB project. Akane has explained everything in the garden, and she drew a knife and attacked Fi. How long have I been asleep?
About 5 hours in real time. For them, it would have seemed like a little more than 2 hours.
So they still haven't been treated for their Radical 6?
No, they've all been given the antiviral. It just takes a while to have an effect.
Oh.
I see. So the consciousness of the younger Sigma has gone back into the past. It should have happened right after Akane attacked Phi, right?
I'm glad that we actually get what Sigma's voice sounds like, because last time we got some Junpei lines, but...
Yes.
Why am I here?
The doctor carried you back here. You were in the pod in the garden.
So the person you call the doctor is Sigma Klein, as inhabited by his age-appropriate consciousness.
Yes, but how do you know that?
Because he's been
Dio
jumping
seems to have remained
timelines.
unconscious.
Yes.
He
I've
might
been
be
administering
dead.
Soparil whenever he gets restless.
You can't just keep making... Oh, wait, but if you administer enough Soparil, maybe he'll forget his memories, and we can actually turn him into a pleasant circus leader later.
What about
That's
the
a
others?
little fucked up.
They've all gone off to different areas. Tenmyoji and Quark, for instance.
Get fucked, Dio. We can deprogram him.
Oh, right. Mr. Klein.
So the sleepyhead's finally up, huh?
What are you two doing here?
You don't know where we are?
This is the upper floor of the pressure exchange chamber. The real one.
Mm-hmm.
Why are
We
we
were
here?
just about to get dressed and head out.
You plan to return them? To Earth, I mean.
Yeah.
Sigma told us where we could find the shuttle that brought us here. Well, guess he's not really the Sigma I knew anymore. He's Dr. Klein now, or Zero Senior, depending on how you look at it.
Same Sigma, just different
Why?
times.
What do you mean, why?
Well, I'm just curious why you would choose to return to a devastated planet when you could stay here.
How's staying here gonna help? You aren't gonna say something idiotic about how we should wait here until Sigma changes the past, are you? You can't wait for something that's already happened. Grammar doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nature doesn't work that way. You following me? We've already lived through history. Sigma failed to keep the virus from getting out.
On
About
this
45 years
timeline.
ago, Radical 6 created a pandemic, and the antimatter reactors blew up. That all happened. Whatever Sigma does in the past, history's not gonna change. In fact, it's because of what he did or didn't do in the past that we've got this past and present.
Thank you, Tenmyoji. Finally, Junpei has... Look, I'm just saying. He lived through a closed loop, or semi-closed loop. Have we just created another closed loop? Maybe.
Let me give you an example. Imagine a group of 100 motorcycles driving down an endless freeway. Eventually, they hit a junction. The road splits in two. One freeway continues off northwest, and the other
This
stretches out
game
to the northeast.
loves explaining things. Did you get this from Ace?
So one guy, we'll call him S, pipes up. Let's go northwest, he says. So
Sigma.
they take the northwestern road. But about a mile past the intersection, something horrible happens. A semi driving the other way veers into their lane and plows through the bikers. 90 of them die. The surviving 10 are wounded, but survive. They don't stop, though. They keep riding down that highway, and eventually they'd gone 10,000 miles.
Uh-huh.
Then suddenly, something happens that they couldn't have predicted. S, who had survived, suddenly has his consciousness thrown back in time.
Sigma.
He ends up back in his own body just before they reach the junction. He remembers everything. So what does S do? What anybody would do. Let's go northeast. That means all 100 of the bikers survive to reach their destination, happy and healthy. And they all live happily ever after. That's what you're thinking, right? It's a great outcome for the 100 bikers that went northeast. But what about the 10 that went northwest and survived the accident?
Huh? Wouldn't it be 9 people? I mean, S's mind went back in time, right?
Right. Okay. 9 people then.
Thank you, Quark.
What happens to the reality they were living? Does it just disappear when S changes the past? It's not as if it was only bad things that happened during that 10,000-mile trip. Maybe one of them fell in love with a woman working at a gas station they stopped at and had a child. Maybe one of them picked up a homeless kid who joined them on their adventure. That 10,000-mile journey would be full of stories, friendships, farewell. The loss of those 90 lives is horrible and unfortunate. But what would rewriting their history mean? The 9 who survived lived full lives. How can it be right to just erase all that?
Oh.
The survivors overcame their own misery and loss and made the best they could of the hand they'd been dealt.
God.
Isn't that worth something?
Junpei, you're so right.
Isn't
Go
that
off,
the
King.
best thing that
I
humans
love
can
him
aspire to?
so much.
Is there really any point to a world
Kiss
where
my grandpa's
everything's
forehead.
happy? Are people who struggle for a better life just idiots?
Oh, man.
Being human is about fighting, even when it seems hopeless, and finding happiness even in a world that hates it.
He focused on working on the world where it is currently, whereas Akane's perspective is all about fucking with time to make the best possible timeline.
Are you saying that's
This is
worthless?
Junpei with with 45 years on him. This is Junpei after he's developed.
If you're saying rewriting the past
This is
will
his
erase
future.
all these other timelines, then whatever God wrote those rules can Look,
Granted,
I'm just
Silver
not going to
remembers his
accept that,
grandson's
alright?
here.
You get it?
If Sigma
Ooh,
changes
Grandpa
the
almost said
past,
a curse word.
then you and Cork will never meet.
Hypothetically.
Is he right?
No, it's not going to happen. We're here right now. This is reality. Even if Sigma does change the past, we're not just going to disappear or something.
Oh, then that means we get to stay together?
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks, kid.
Oh.
I understand how you feel.
I see. So he exists. Yeah, because this timeline doesn't just get cut off. It just creates a new timeline. All Akane wants to do is create a new timeline. That's not going to do
Why you want to return to Earth is clear.
But those timelines already exist, don't
You
they?
have lives there, I imagine. There are likely people waiting for you.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Have you
Alright.
already said goodbye to the others?
Vi, Luna, Alice, and Clover all saw us off. We told them we'd see them again someday, and then came here.
They were the only people you want to say goodbye to?
No point saying anything to Dio.
Besides, he's asleep. You were asleep too.
Sorry, but we didn't really know much about you.
You have a point. Akane was in the armor in this timeline, after all. What about Sigma?
Well, he's not really Mr. Sigma anymore.
Of course, he is Dr. Klein now that his consciousness has returned.
Yeah, but more importantly, he's the guy who brought us all here. Not a lot of warm feelings there, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
And Akane?
Never mind her. She's just like him. Not the Akane I knew.
Oh.
She must have seen some pretty awful things over the years. Hell, she might not even be human anymore. But the Akane Kurashiki I know isn't here. She's not anywhere.
Oh.
In the end, Clover and I were just pawns. Pawns to be used and then gotten rid of. Still, it's not like we're completely resentful. We had to be here to help change the past. That part's easy to understand. But
Kinda sucks, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right?
Sigma and Phi have it easy. They get to go back to December 25th in 2028. They'll stop the Radical Six and save the world, and then they'll have a nice, normal future to look forward to. In other words, they get to go back to Point E and just enjoy history like it was supposed to happen.
But we don't. We're stuck with Point C as our starting point.
And isn't that such a cruel thing that she's done?
You told us about Tenmyoji's story, right? The one with the motorcycles? It would be like if Alice and I were kidnapped right before the intersection. Then
Yeah.
whoever grabbed us takes us to wherever the bikers are going, 10,000 miles to the northwest.
Don't get us wrong. We know why we had to be here. Without us, S's consciousness wouldn't have been able to go back to right before the intersection.
If that couldn't happen, then the fate of those 90 dead bikers would be sealed. But
It's still not the best situation for those of us left in the Northwest. We're stuck in the reality where the 90 bikers died.
Your
are we
brother.
just supposed to go live on Earth? It's a wasteland now.
Clover, your brother.
And what about our friends and families?
Oh.
We left a whole world behind 45 years ago.
Even if it is for the greater good?
It just doesn't seem fair, does it?
No.
Yeah, it's a little bit much.
Oh, God.
So we went and talked to the old lady.
She told us that there is one way.
One way we could get back to the past.
Let's say you do go back to the past. Wouldn't that cause your minds to get thrown back here? That seemed to be how Sigma and Phi's jumps worked, at least.
Yes, you're right.
But this is different.
Different.
How so? Are you gonna make a time
From
machine?
what she said, it sounds like there's a way we can send our bodies back in time too.
Time travel?
That's ridiculous. It would create a paradox. How could you have two Clovers and two Alices at the same time?
But that wouldn't happen.
Akane says there's a way around that.
How on earth does she plan to do that?
Schrodinger's?
Cat.
Okay. Well, I'm glad they get to go back in time. Maybe we'll
Oh,
see
hey,
Clover in the
Kyle.
third game, too. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Fi.
Figured you'd come here eventually.
Where's Dr. Klein? Luna said you were with him.
He said he was tired, so he's off resting right now.
Old man.
There's a bedroom at the end of the hallway. He's in there if you're curious. Oh, right. He told me to turn on this hologram projector thing when you showed up.
So now they just live here?
Want me to start it?
Yeah.
Sure.
see you. There isn't anything in particular that I have to tell you. However, I imagine there are a great number of things weighing on your mind. I'd love to answer all your questions, but unfortunately, my circumstances make that an impossibility. I hope you can forgive me. Everything I know, Phi should also know. I have instructed her to answer any questions anyone might have. Anyone other than Kyle, that is.
Why not Kyle? What's wrong with Kyle?
What does he mean, other than Kyle?
What did Kyle do? Kyle's my guy.
Who knows?
Kyle's my
Is there
little
anything you want to
guy.
ask?
Oh, right, well, I guess I may as well cut to the chase. Just who are...
I'm not Superman, that's for sure. And I'm not Batman or Spider-Man or Aquaman or a Merman or a Wolfman. I'm not a Brahmin or Common or Ramen. I'm not a Cayman either, so you really don't need to worry about anything.
Please don't dodge the question. About 5 hours ago, Akane attacked you with a knife. That triggered something which sent your mind back to the past, correct?
Yeah.
Specifically, you were sent to Point D, April 13th, 2029. On that date, your body was already in Akane's custody. Although by then you were in cold sleep, you wouldn't have regained consciousness. That pod was your home for 45 years. You slept there, frozen, until the time was right.
Sure, there's a bunch
Then
of
on January
universes where they just
25th,
broke.
2074, you were finally thawed out, even though you didn't wake up. Still unconscious, you were carried to the AB room. That was when your consciousness changed bodies again. A version of you from December 25th, 2028 arrived, pushing you out.
But then why?
And sending you back to December 25th, 2028.
Right.
This is when you finally woke up. In 2028, you found and joined forces with Sigma, whose older mind was inhabiting his younger body. Together, you attempted to infiltrate the Mars mission test facility.
Okay.
Fortunately, your plan failed. The Radical Six did escape on New Year's Eve.
So we have 6 days.
That failure determined the path you follow. Instead of going along the line that branches out to the right from Point E, you headed straight to Point D. Point D being April 13th of the following year. That was the day that you made your way to Akane's hideout and asked to be put into one of the treatment pods. Another consciousness enters your body around that time from the future.
So who were you
Of
before
course,
this?
the version of you that left your body when Akane attacked you in the garden.
Is she a clone? Who was
This
she
caused
before?
the two versions of you to swap places. You moved 45 years into the future, where you woke up on the garden floor.
Yeah, but then I don't
That
understand.
put you on the line that comes here. So if we discount the time you spent in cold sleep, for you, only 3.5 months have passed since that happened. That being when you were sent back into the past from the garden. Have I missed anything?
No, everything you talked about you got right.
Well, what do you mean by that?
I'm kind of an unknown variable in this equation. You could think of me as a kind of X factor.
Like the show.
It's taken me the last 3.5 months to understand it.
I haven't understood anything in the last 3.5 seconds.
I love you, Kyle.
Could you please explain?
It's kind of like the
So we'll give a
relationship
forehead
between
kiss to
classical
Kyle.
mechanics and modern physics. Strictly speaking, you can't combine velocities with V1 plus V2.
Okay.
V1 plus V2 divided by 1 plus V1 times V2 over C squared is the actual equation.
Every time they bring up math, I feel like crying because I don't understand what they're fucking talking about.
Of course, the sort of velocities we encounter in day-to-day life don't come close to being C squared, which is the speed of light squared.
I don't know what you're talking about, Phi.
That means that 1 plus V1 times V2 divided by C squared is usually going to evaluate to something pretty close to 1.
Phi, I've got an English degree. Phi.
Since that would mean dividing by 1, it's usually okay to just skip that step and use V1 plus V2. You see what I'm saying?
No.
In most situations, it works, even if it isn't technically correct.
Oh, okay.
So you knew enough to get the stuff you were talking about right. As long as you stick to that, you won't run into any problems.
I don't quite understand. In fact, I feel like you're dodging my questions.
So is that what you wanted to ask about?
No. What I really want to know is what happened between Christmas and New Year's Eve in 2028. You
Well,
and Sigma infiltrated the Mars mission test site, didn't you?
That was a whole time dilemma.
Yes.
What happened there? How did Sigma lose his eye and both his arms?
That's a good question.
And why was Radical 6 in there in the first place?
I'm guessing brother.
What could a deadly virus have to do with the simulated mission to space?
Oh, you know.
Sorry, but I can't tell you that.
Why?
Because it would change history.
How?
There is a history where the virus didn't escape. That's the line that goes to the right of point E. In that timeline, humanity isn't heading for annihilation, and Earth isn't red. The future is much brighter.
Yeah, because the Earth.
But if I tell you what you're asking me right now, then that reality will disappear. You
How?
understand?
No.
I don't. Why would all of that disappear if you told me what I want to know?
You're about to go back to the past, right?
The past?
What?
Don't be silly. I can't do that.
And where the hell did you learn all this stuff? I just listened to you tell me a bunch of things you shouldn't have known about. You were sleeping in the pod in the garden. You just woke up. So how can you know all this? You know my past. Sigma's past.
Am I Sigma? But then Sigma's a clone. Oh boy, my head hurts, buddies. Oh, what the hell?
I shall give you your answer.
Thank you.
You are not Kyle Climb.
Okay.
Your body is Kyle's, but your consciousness is not.
I'm Sigma, aren't I?
Think about it. Do you really believe you're Kyle?
No.
Or could you be someone else entirely?
Guys, is Kyle ever gonna come back?
Then, where is the real Kyle's consciousness?
Did he never exist?
He was thrown out when you entered. Right now, in a manner of speaking, he has arrived at December 25th, 2028.
What's happening?
His consciousness has gone into a body from that time.
Whose?
I doubt you know how much the doctor loves Kyle.
At least the doctor loves Kyle. Good. Good.
He raised him on his own. Kyle is irreplaceable.
Sigma is a single father.
Do you really think he would go back to the past and leave Kyle behind here?
Sigma cloned himself so he could have his perfect son, Kyle.
I know what I told the others, that Kyle was Dr. Climb's spare, but that was not his only purpose.
My head's melting. Please just tell me, Akane.
Kyle's consciousness is integral to what we are trying to accomplish.
Okay, I can't wait to play Zero Time Dilemma.
This new mission begins on Christmas and ends on New Year's Eve, 2028.
That's not a lot of time. You could say it's gonna put me in a real dilemma.
Its purpose will be to infiltrate the test
If
facility
this isn't actually what
and
Zero Time
prevent the
Dilemma's about, I'm
spread
gonna lose
of the
my mind.
virus. For this to happen, Kyle is absolutely
The fact that they
necessary.
made such a vital character and then his name is just Kyle is hilarious. So who am I?
And that is why he created him?
Yes.
So now that my consciousness has entered his body, the doctor has achieved his objective.
So who am I? Am I Akane?
Kyle has gone back to 2028 to participate in his mission.
Am I Santa?
Correct.
Santa can't jump time.
There's one thing that troubles me. Kyle was created before reaching point B from point D. That means his body did not exist on Christmas in 2028. Does that mean he has entered my body? Have we just switched places?
I suppose you could put it that way, yes.
That's ridiculous. What's going to happen to me? You're telling me I have to spend the rest of my life here in this box, living in a borrowed body?
No, not at all. You can travel freely through time and space. You are an uncontrolled variable that entered our closed system.
Who am I?
As such, the rules of this world do not apply to you.
Am I the player character?
I have no idea what...
Please don't try to play dumb. I know what you are.
She's looking at me?
Surely you must know by now, too.
Me?
You are about to go into the past and save the world. Phi and Sigma, even with all of his future knowledge, will need your help. Only you can right the horrible wrongs of our past.
This really is just an ad for Time Dilemma.
Only you can save the world.
I am afraid that it's gonna mean that I'm gonna have to look at this terrible CGI version, but that's fine.
There's no way I...
Yes, there is. You have to. Don't you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
Don't you want to know what happened in between Christmas
Hey, don't you want to know what happens to this? We left some of the story out.
Well, yes, I do, but...
Then you must believe. Reality is shaped by what we believe reality should be. If observation can change the motion of a particle, then how is it odd to think that human thought can shape reality?
She's such a manifestation girly.
Your will can change history.
Okay.
The world will be reshaped into the one you imagine.
Honestly, it was a long game, so I get why they have to do a part 2, aka Time Dilemma. This is a fun game. I loved this game. God, I love Zero Escape.
Remember what I've told you. Only you can change history.
So I am the player. But this is non-canon. Okay.
Only you can save the world.
Trying to make me feel special. Okay, bye Akane. You did a lot of evil shit. You better fix this by sending Clover back. Alright. Cool. Yeah. Alright, is that the last one? Is that it? Looks like it. Alright, we did it. Oh my god. Guys, I love Zero Escape. It's a good game. Real quick. I haven't popped this out. I should have popped this out a long time ago. Ignore the lines. Real quick. I haven't pulled this out in a long time. So I'm just gonna pop this out real quick, and you won't be able to see it until I change the second image, because I won't shut up. Here it is. I should have done this the whole time. This is my Junpei cosplay, by the way. Do you like my Junpei cosplay? This is my Junpei cosplay. I did this because I finished it right after. Yeah, I didn't get to break this out a lot. I drew this for Halloween, but then I didn't get to break it out. But this is my Junpei cosplay. Should I play the next game always dressed like this? Because I will make different emotions for it. I will go back and fix this up and make it nicer so we can play with Junpei. That would be fun. I should make it. I should also make a Sigma one. A Junpei and a Sigma one. And then maybe a Phi one if Phi's in the next game. Let me look. What? I have it on my wish list and I have for a while. Here it is. There's some guy and he's in like a saw trap. I don't recognize any of these fucking people. There's a gun. There's a lady covered in blood. Who are you people? Is Clover in this? Is that it? There's some sort of blonde man. His smugness mocks me. Anyways, yeah, so I'll get that soon. Oh, it's only $8 right now? Guys, it's only $8 right now. Pog. I might get Zero Escape. Okay. Alright, but that's it for today. Time Dilemma. Yeah. Zero Escape Time Dilemma. It's $7. It's $8 right now. Hell yeah. I might get it. I'm probably gonna pick that up right now. And then we'll have it. And then we'll be able to play it once I get back. I know I'm just jittering around the screen. I'm just very excited. Hell yeah. Okay, so that's what we'll do next after I get back from my vacation. But this is the last stream. This is the last stream until I come back from Christmas. Then we'll be able to finish up the whole trilogy. No one else is on right now. I have to leave for Christmas, so this is my last stream until then. But I hope you all have a very great Christmas. It's weird flipping back from Gingerbread Man to the color. It's a very weird shift. But I can only be angry or crying, so we're gonna be crying. Yeah. See you later. I'll be back at the very least, not this Saturday. Next Saturday, I should be back. And we're gonna do a New Year's thing, probably. If you're not busy, come by. But for now, that's it. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you after Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time and eat lots of snacks and get lots of cool things. Bye, everybody. Merry Christmas. Goodbye. Happy holidays. Beep boop.